First up, the 20 euro cent 2002 coin bearing the letter R is an interesting early Euro-era coin and can be especially appealing to collectors because 2002 was the first year when Euro coins entered everyday circulation in many countries. The letter R is the mint mark associated with the Italian state mint, Istituto Poligrafico e Zecca dello Stato, in Rome, making the 2002 20 euro cent R an Italian euro coin. The denomination is 20 euro cents, equal to 1/5 of 1 euro, and the coin belongs to the first generation circulating euro series introduced at the beginning of the common currency. On the obverse, the standard euro design presents the denomination, 20 euro cent, together with the common European side design, while the national side identifies the issuing country through an artistic national motif. Italy's 20 euro cent coin is particularly recognizable because its national design features a famous sculpture by Umberto Boccioni, the Italian futurist artist, specifically the sculpture, Unique Forms of Continuity in Space. This dramatic figure represents movement, modernity, and dynamism and is one of the most distinctive national designs among the euro coins. The design was created by the Italian artist and designer Roberto Mauri, and it gives the Italian 20-cent coin a very different visual character from many other euro denominations. Around the early euro period, collectors became interested not only in the denomination and date but also in the mint mark, because different national mints produced euro coins and their marks provide important information about where individual pieces were manufactured. On the Italian 20 euro cent 2002 coin, the small r is therefore a key identification feature. It should not automatically be interpreted as a rarity symbol, error designation, or indication that the coin is worth a huge amount of money. Instead, it primarily identifies the Rome mint. This distinction is extremely important for anyone searching through old coins and wondering whether a 2002 R 20 euro cent is valuable. A normal circulated example generally does not become extremely valuable simply because it is dated 2002 or carries the R mint mark. Most examples were produced for circulation and can still be found at relatively modest prices depending on condition. However, coin collecting is much more complicated than simply looking at the date, and exceptional examples can attract substantially more attention when they have unusually high grades, strong original surfaces, proof for special set characteristics, verified mint errors, exceptional strike quality, or a documented provenance. The first thing a collector should do is identify the coin correctly. Look at the denomination and confirm that it is the 20-cent euro denomination. Then inspect the national side and search for the small r mint mark. The date 2002 should also be clearly visible. Once these details have been confirmed, the next step is to evaluate condition. Condition is one of the most important factors in determining the collectible interest of a coin. A heavily circulated coin may show scratches, dirt, discoloration, flattened high points, rim marks, and loss of fine detail. A coin that spent years in wallets, pockets, vending machines, cash registers, or coin jars can show substantial wear. Such a piece may have historical interest as an early euro circulation coin, but it generally has much less collector value than a sharply struck, nearly uncirculated example. A coin in extremely fine condition may still retain considerable detail on the sculpture and lettering, while an uncirculated coin can show much stronger original design definition and potentially attractive mint luster. Professional grading services may assign numerical grades to coins, allowing collectors and buyers to compare condition more consistently. However, not every ordinary 20 euro cent coin needs professional grading. For a common circulated coin, grading fees can easily exceed the coin's market value, so professional certification usually makes more sense for unusually high-grade, rare, or potentially valuable examples. Another major point concerns the metal composition. The 20 euro cent coin belongs to the euro denomination family made from Nordic gold, an alloy containing copper, aluminium, zinc, and tin. Despite its name, Nordic gold does not contain gold, so collectors should not confuse the term with precious metal content. The coin has a golden yellow appearance, which can make it look similar to a gold-colored token, but its value comes from its denomination, collectible characteristics, condition, rarity, and market demand rather than from gold content. The coin has a diameter of approximately 22.25 mm and a mass of approximately 5.74 grams, with a distinctive Spanish flower-shaped or scalloped edge that helps identify the denomination. This unusual edge is one of the most recognizable features of the 20-cent euro coin and was designed to help people distinguish the denomination by touch and appearance. The standard euro coin system was designed with accessibility and practical identification in mind, and the 20-cent denomination was given its characteristic shape partly for this reason. The year 2002 is historically significant because euro banknotes and coins entered physical circulation across the original euro area countries in January 2002. Before that transition, people used national currencies such as the Italian lira, French franc, German mark, Spanish peseta, and other national currencies. The arrival of euro coins represented one of the most important monetary changes in modern European history. Consequently, a 2002 Italian 20-cent coin is not merely a small piece of change, it is also a physical reminder of the transition from national currencies to the euro. For collectors interested in history, this makes early euro coins especially enjoyable to study. Nevertheless, historical significance should not be confused with extreme monetary value. Millions of ordinary 2002 euro coins entered circulation, and the fact that a coin is an early euro issue does not automatically make it rare. The market value of a particular 20 euro cent 2002 R depends on several variables, including mintage, surviving population, condition, errors, special finishes, collector demand, and actual transaction prices. Online videos and social media posts sometimes claim that ordinary 20 euro cent coins from 2002 are worth thousands, hundreds of thousands, or even millions of dollars. Such claims should be approached with extreme caution. A normal circulated coin should not be described as a $1 million coin without extraordinary evidence. Real numismatic value is established through credible auction records, specialist catalogs, recognized grading services, and documented sales, not simply through an internet asking price. An asking price of $1 million does not mean somebody actually paid $1 million for the coin. This is one of the most important lessons for new collectors. If you find a 2002 R 20 euro cent coin, keep it safely and investigate its characteristics, but do not assume that every example is a hidden fortune. One area where genuine interest can arise is mint errors. Mint errors occur when something goes wrong during the manufacturing process. Examples can include off-center strikes, clipped planchettes, die cracks, doubled design elements, striking through errors, wrong planchette errors, major die breaks, or other unusual production abnormalities. However, many apparent errors are actually post-mint damage. For example, a coin that appears bent, scratched, melted, drilled, flattened, or discolored may have been damaged after leaving the mint. Such damage usually does not make the coin rare, in many cases, it makes the coin less desirable. A true mint error normally shows characteristics consistent with an accidental event during production, and authentication is especially important for unusual claims. A genuine major error on a common denomination can sometimes be worth much more than an ordinary example, but value depends heavily on the specific error and its severity. A minor die crack or tiny strike irregularity may have little effect on value, while a dramatic off-center strike or wrong planchette error can attract specialist collectors. Collectors should therefore examine the entire coin under good lighting and, if possible, use a magnifying glass or loupe. Compare the suspect coin with a confirmed normal example. Look at the date, lettering, national design, rim, edge, and overall alignment. Pay particular attention to whether unusual features appear to originate from the minting process or from later wear. The edge is also important because the 20-cent euro denomination has its distinctive scalloped form. Excessive wear can soften this shape, while damage can alter the edge profile. If the coin has unusual metal color, compare it with another genuine 20-cent coin rather than immediately assuming that it is a rare composition error. Cleaning is another major issue. Many people believe that polishing an old coin will make it more valuable, but professional collectors generally prefer coins with original surfaces. Harsh cleaning can leave scratches, unnatural shine, chemical discoloration, and surface damage. A normal circulated 2002 R coin is usually better left in its original condition than aggressively polished. If the coin is dirty, simply storing it safely and avoiding unnecessary chemical treatment is generally preferable to attempting a home restoration. Storage is also important. Coins should be kept in a suitable holder or coin capsule that does not contain materials known to damage coin surfaces. Avoid loose storage where coins rub against each other, and avoid handling collectible coins by their faces because fingerprints and oils can affect surfaces over time. Hold coins by their edges whenever possible. For a potentially valuable example, photographs of both sides, the edge, and close-ups of unusual features can be useful for documentation. A collector may also record the coin's weight and diameter using accurate instruments, but measurements alone cannot prove authenticity or rarity. Counterfeits are another reason to be careful. Because the euro is a major international currency, counterfeit examples exist, although a normal 20 € coin is not generally a high-value target for sophisticated counterfeiting. Nevertheless, unusual coins should be compared with trusted references. Check weight, dimensions, design details, edge shape, lettering, and overall appearance. A suspicious coin can be taken to a reputable coin dealer or numismatic expert for examination. When researching value, always distinguish between retail asking prices and completed sales. An online listing can show an ambitious seller asking a very high amount, but that does not prove the coin has that value. Completed auction results are generally more informative because they demonstrate what buyers actually paid. Condition is another critical consideration. A coin graded at a high mint state level can be significantly more desirable than a heavily circulated example even when both have the same year and mint mark. Collectors often use terms such as good, very fine, extremely fine, about uncirculated, and uncirculated, while professional services use numerical grading systems. The precise grading standards can differ according to the grading organization, but the fundamental principle is the same: less wear and better preservation generally increase collector appeal. Strike quality also matters. A coin can be technically uncirculated but have weakly struck details, marks from production or storage, or unattractive surfaces. Another coin of the same year may have sharper details and stronger visual appeal. Collectors sometimes pay premiums for exceptional eye appeal, especially when a coin has clean surfaces, attractive luster, and strong design definition. The Italian 20-cent 2002 is particularly interesting from a design perspective because the Boccioni sculpture represents the Futurist movement. Umberto Boccioni was an important Italian artist associated with Futurism, an artistic movement that emphasized speed, technology, energy, movement, and modern life. His unique forms of continuity in space is one of his best-known works, and placing it on the 20-cent coin connected everyday currency with Italian artistic heritage. The sculpture's flowing, dynamic forms are clearly recognizable on the coin, although the small size and circulation wear can make the details difficult to appreciate. This artistic connection gives the coin educational value even when its financial value is modest. On the common side, the euro denomination design reflects the broader European monetary system. Euro coins have a common side shared across participating countries and a national side chosen by each issuing country. This combination allows every coin to function throughout the euro area while also preserving national cultural identity. Italy's choice of Boccioni's sculpture for the 20-cent denomination is therefore an excellent example of how the euro system combines European integration with national artistic symbolism. The date 2002 can also be used to place the coin within the earliest period of physical euro circulation. For historians and collectors, early euro coins are useful references for studying how the new currency was introduced. They can also be compared with later Italian euro issues to examine changes in common side design, national motifs, minting characteristics, and production details. When examining a 2002 example, the mint mark should be carefully located and compared with reliable reference images because tiny marks can sometimes be mistaken for scratches or other design details. The letter R identifies Rome, and this is an important part of the coin's identity. It does not mean rare, and this distinction should always be emphasized in educational content. A common misconception among beginning collectors is that letters on coins automatically represent rarity. In reality, mint marks generally indicate where a coin was produced, although production location can sometimes have an indirect effect on rarity if certain mints produced fewer examples or if particular combinations are scarce. In the case of the Italian 2002 20-cent R, the mint mark is an important identification feature but is not by itself proof of extraordinary value. Another factor is mintage. The number of coins produced can provide a useful indication of potential scarcity, but mintage figures alone do not determine market value. Millions of coins may have been struck, yet large numbers may have been lost, damaged, melted, or removed from circulation. Conversely, a coin with a relatively low original mintage can still be inexpensive if collector demand is low. Therefore, collectors should consider both supply and demand. A rare coin with little demand may not sell for a high price, while a moderately scarce coin with strong collector interest can command a premium. The 2002 date itself creates interest because of its connection to the euro launch, but this interest exists across many euro denominations and countries. Collectors often build date sets, country sets, denomination sets, or complete euro collections. Someone collecting Italian euro coins may want a 20-cent 2002 regardless of whether it is worth a large premium because it fills an important place in the collection. This is one of the great advantages of numismatics. A coin does not need to be extremely expensive to be historically or personally valuable. A collector can enjoy studying the design, manufacturing process, historical background, and relationship between different issues. If your 2002 R20-cent coin is in bad condition, it can still be an interesting example of early euro circulation. Heavy wear does not necessarily mean the coin is worthless. It can still have its face value and can serve as a useful reference piece for studying circulation patterns. A heavily worn coin may show how millions of ordinary people use the new currency in everyday transactions. Scratches, surface marks, and wear patterns can tell a story about its journey through circulation, although these features usually reduce rather than increase financial collector value. Sometimes collectors describe coins as bad condition in videos while suggesting enormous values. It is important to be realistic. Poor condition generally lowers value unless the coin possesses a very unusual and independently verified error or rarity. A genuine rarity can sometimes remain valuable even in circulated condition, but an ordinary common coin in poor condition will usually remain close to face value. If someone offers a very high price for your coin, request documentation. Ask why the coin is rare, what exact variety or error is present, whether comparable coins have actually sold for similar amounts, and whether a recognized expert has examined it. Be cautious of websites that list ordinary coins at extraordinary prices without evidence of completed sales. For a potentially valuable coin, professional authentication can be worthwhile. A reputable numismatist can inspect the coin's authenticity, condition, mint characteristics, and possible varieties. If a significant error is suspected, specialist opinion becomes even more important because value can depend on technical details that are difficult to determine from photographs. Photography can help during research. Take clear, high-resolution photographs under neutral lighting. Capture the complete obverse and reverse, then take close-ups of the date, mint mark, edge, and suspected error. Avoid filters or excessive editing because color and surface details can be distorted. Place the coin on a plain background and keep the camera steady. If you are comparing two examples, photograph them under similar lighting and from similar angles. These steps can make online identification much more reliable. Another useful technique is weighing the coin. A standard 20-cent euro coin should be around 5.74 grams, although measurement equipment and wear can cause small variations. If the weight is dramatically different, that may justify further investigation, but it does not automatically prove a mint error. Damage, contamination, counterfeit manufacture, or inaccurate scales can all create unusual measurements. Similarly, measuring the diameter can help identify whether the coin matches the expected specifications. The safest approach is to combine several observations rather than relying on a single measurement. The coin's edge shape, dimensions, weight, design, metal appearance, and mint details should all be consistent with a genuine issue. Collectors should also learn the difference between varieties and errors. A variety generally refers to a recurring difference in a die or design that can appear on multiple coins, while an error is typically an unintended production mistake. Some varieties can become collectible when they are recognized and cataloged. However, not every tiny design difference is an official variety. Small variations can result from normal die wear, die polishing, lighting, camera distortion, or circulation damage. Therefore, specialized references are essential before claiming a variety. The Italian 20-cent series can be studied alongside other euro denominations to understand the broader Italian coinage program. Italy selected different cultural or artistic themes for different denominations, producing a visually diverse national series. The 1 cent through 2 euro coins together form a compact representation of Italian art, architecture, sculpture, and historical identity. Please like and subscribe to my account.